ham thrashed wildly in the semi-darkness, and a man's face loomed up over him. "Dr. Evans? What the devil are you doing here?" "Your wife called me. She said you were feverish." "I'll thank you to keep your hands off of me. I have my own physician, and he's on his way." "Why is it so dark in here?" Mrs. Jessup drew the blinds because she thought the light would disturb you. "Oh, no, you didn't mess up my papers, did you?" "My papers? But they're probably everywhere." "I don't need you, and I need to get back to work." As Ham sat up, his silver flask fell on the floor. The doctor immediately retreated to the doorway. "Doctor, can't you help him?" Maeve asked. "Well, I could if he'd stop drinking. I'll bet he said he couldn't go to work because he had a headache. And all this feverishness and this ranting, they're symptoms." "You mean to tell me that he was simply intoxicated and he has a hangover? But he seemed so ill. He was having so much trouble walking. He spoke to my guest this morning, and I'd have sworn he was sober, deadly earnest." "I wouldn't put too much stock in it. I hope he didn't scare any of your donors away." "On the contrary. I'm sorry to have wasted your time." "Anything for you, my dear. Your concert was lovely last night." "But I heard you fainted. Why wasn't I called?" "I don't remember what happened last night. I drank some punch. Hamilton took me out the back way. I felt so faint. Doctor, is it possible that he fell and hurt himself and he's just too proud to say so?" "Well, what can I do if he won't let me examine him?" A short while later, Maeve was in her study writing letters, and a knock sounded at the door. "Come in," she said. Hamilton entered, looking a little pale, but as well as ever, and walking as well as ever. "I wanted to lay your concerns to rest, ma'am, regarding my infirmity. I'm quite well again. I'm sorry to have tried to chase Dr. Evans away and been generally impossible to live with." "Hamilton, what happened last night?" "Last night, ma'am? What would you say if I told you that Nat Grover drugged our punch and tried to have us killed?" "What would make you say such a ridiculous thing? How can you stand there and speak such a lot of nonsense? Why do you hate Mr. Grover so much? What has he done to you?" "Well, since that's how you answer, here's what happened last night. You got a bit faint, I got a bit thirsty. I sent you home and went out to wet my whistle. Arthur got me home safely, but unfortunately I suffered the effects of my intoxication." "You got drunk and had a hangover?" "Well, that must be what happened, since Mr. Grover is sacrosanct from my unprovable accusations." "Hamilton. Oh, incidentally, the maids have said that you're leaving your papers all over the floor in the den and they can't clean." "Yes, ma'am, I'm trying to work out a problem, and I'm afraid they'll just have to stay there until I solve it." "Well, perhaps now if you can get your head clear, you can work on it and clean up the mess." "Yes, ma'am, I'll do my best." "Hamilton." "Yes?" "The story that you told about Goliad, was that some sort of alcoholic raving, or was it a true tale?" "A true tale, ma'am. I could never be so intoxicated as to show so much disrespect for the memory of that event." "Thank you."